The village of Auralis slept. Nestled between hills, it slumbered under a sky dusted with stars. A stillness hung in the air, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. Unseen, a shadow passed over the moon. It descended towards the village, a silent predator on the night wind. The villagers, safe in their beds, dreamt of simpler times. They didn't see the shadow flitting past their windows. They didn't hear the soft whisper of wings against the night air. They didn't feel the chill that settled over the village, a harbinger of the creature's arrival. But they would know it had been there. They always did. Every morning, the villagers of Auralis would wake with a collective shudder. They would gather in the village square, their faces drawn and pale. They spoke in hushed voices, their words laced with fear and superstition.
The Dream Eater came again last night.
They would murmur, their eyes darting around nervously. The Dream Eater. A creature of legend whispered about in hushed tones. It was said to be a malevolent entity, a devourer of dreams and a harbinger of misfortune. They believed it feasted on their hopes and aspirations, leaving behind only emptiness and despair. None had ever seen the creature and lived to tell the tale, but its presence was felt in the chilling cold and the lingering sense of dread. High above the village, perched atop the old clock tower, the Dream Eater stirred. It wasn't the monstrous beast the villagers envisioned. Instead, it was a creature of shadows and moonlight, its form shifting and ethereal. It watched the villagers below, their fear a tangible thing. A deep sadness welled up within it, a sorrow as vast as the night sky.
It hadn't come to Auralis to instill fear. It wasn't drawn by malice, but by a desperate gnawing hunger. A hunger not for flesh and blood, but for something far more elusive. The Dream Eater craved the warmth of dreams, the vibrant tapestry of human hopes and aspirations. It yearned to experience the world through mortal eyes, to feel the echo of emotions it could no longer experience.
The Dream Eater was a prisoner in its own right, cursed to wander the ethereal plane forever on the periphery of the world it craved. It could only observe, never truly participate. The dreams of mortals were its only solace, a fleeting connection to the life it had lost. But its touch, however light, left its mark. It chilled the air, stole the warmth from dreams, leaving behind a residue of fear and unease. This was the tragedy of the Dream Eater. It craved connection, but its very nature made it an object of terror. It was a creature of duality, both feared and pitiable. The villagers saw only the monster, the embodiment of their deepest fears. They couldn't comprehend the loneliness that gnawed at its core, the desperate yearning for a connection it could never truly have. As dawn approached, painting the sky with hues of pink and gold, the Dream Eater felt a familiar pang of despair. Soon, the villagers would awaken, their fear a bitter taste on its ethereal tongue. It would retreat to the shadows, back to the solitude of its existence, the echo of dreams fading with the morning mist. It longed for the day its curse would be broken, when it could walk among mortals not as a figure of fear, but as an equal. But until then, it was doomed to be the Dream Eater, a creature of shadows and whispers, forever misunderstood. The legend of the Dream Eater would live on in Auralis, passed down through generations. A cautionary tale whispered to keep children in their beds at night. But the villagers didn't know the true cost of their fear. They didn't see the creature's pain, the loneliness that echoed in its wake.
The Dream Eater was a reminder that things are not always what they seem, that monsters can be born of sorrow and desperation.
That sometimes the scariest creatures are simply searching for a connection in the cold vastness of existence.
And sometimes the most terrifying thing of all is the realization that we may never truly understand the creatures we fear the most.